Bridge to Success, Bridge to Success, Bridge to Success podcast. Bridge to Success, Bridge to Success, Bridge to Success podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Bridge to Success podcast, hosted by Jeffrey Parham. Welcome to Bridge to Success podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Parham. We have a great guest today. Her name is Kim Couture, and I'm happy to have her here on Bridge to Success podcast. And Kim, would you like to enlighten the audience, give them a kind of background story?
Okay, well, let's see. A brief background is been out in Vegas for since 1999, and started training in MMA in about 2003, 2004. I met my ex-husband Randy Couture, started training, opened our gym, Extreme Couture, and being surrounded by the best talent in the world just was a sponge, and decided to take a chance at going in the ring and being one of the first girls in MMA.
Wow, and I have to salute you because I could never get in the ring. Toe to toe, like, hey, this guy will probably beat me up, or I'm finna beat him up. I don't see myself doing it. But I have, younger growing up, I did, I kind of dabbled in the martial arts. Because, as a kid, I was a Bruce Lee fan, like most people. And so, I tried it, and I really enjoyed it, but I hurt myself, my knee physically. I left it alone. But my dream and aspiration was, hey, I'm gonna be an Olympic fighter, martial artist. And I got to train with Master Cole for a little while before I hurt myself out in Virginia Beach, U.S. Taekwondo. But and I trained with Ronald J. Sally as well, Adam Shoes, one of Adam Shoes' students, and he would have been my teacher. But I wasn't with him very long. Mom was like, "Hey, this is too expensive. You need to find a new hobby." So I started playing football, running track. But he left me with, some great jewels. He was like, "Hey, it's not as how much you learn, it's what you do with what you learn." And so I kind of, I took it from there. But so I salute. I love the martial arts. I'm not just a physical person like that at my older age, but I love the art, and I really salute you for stepping in that ring and and reaching your successes, and your failures and successes, overcoming them as well. So
yeah, lots of failures, but that's where you learn the most.
yes, I agree. So what got you into MMA?
Well, I was actually an executive for Steve Wynn for about 7 years. And so we had just opened Wynn Casino out here in Las Vegas. And a good friend of mine who's a former UFC guy was John Lewis. And he had the only gym out here that focused on boxing and jiu-jitsu. So he, after retiring from the UFC, started becoming a club promoter. And he was like, start supporting me, start coming out to my different club promotions. So I would. And then he was like, come train at the gym sometime. So I started at his gym. That was probably 6 months before I ever met Randy, and just trained in jiu-jitsu and boxing, did a lot of strength and conditioning there.
Yes.
And once me and Randy decided to get married, and I built my gym mostly for him, but I was surrounded by the best guys. So, I just wanted to be a sponge and learn everything I could from all the best talent around. And it would have been a waste if I wouldn't have attempted it. So
Wow. And I've seen some clippings because, of course, for this podcast, I was like, well, I got to see her, do some fighting. And so I got a chance to see some clips. And I was like, wow, she's very talented, very athletic, really awesome. I see you did quite a few interviews as well. And I've watched Mr. Couture. I've actually, watched some of his fights before, on TV. And he's really great. He's really awesome. And I watch his movies too, because I'm a big Michael J. White fan, as well as in film. I've seen several of his movies. Frank Shamrock, guys like that. No, watch them. But I know I'm here in St. Louis, so I don't get a chance to see the action or, straight up just being there in person to meet people. But it's awesome. I think it's a great art. It's really great for your health. I mean, I know it takes a lot of energy. to cause I go in there and
A lot of energy. You get the best shape of your life.
right, do a couple push-ups. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, I can do them all day, you know. But you know, the age, you know, after you know, when you don't really exercise a lot, getting older, it's rougher on your body. So as young as a kid, I'm talking about I could probably 17, 18, I can do hundreds of push-ups because I was real small too. Really, you know, did a lot of exercises, football, sports. But you know, once you get older, you get a little easier going, and it's harder to motivate yourself to, you know, really stay in again, you know, getting in shape, and you know, you just kind of working, come home and say, hey, I'm gonna watch TV. So that's my thing. So, do you write
Yeah.
film, or have you been in any film? Or do you have anything?
Yeah, I've done quite a bit of stuff, small stuff, and I'm working on two TV shows right now. Um, so I dabble in it. It's not my main focus, but they come and go, and it's nothing big, but it's something to do.
Yes, yes. Um, Film is fun. I did local films myself, like with a company called KMP, Kendrick Moon Productions. Those horror films. And I actually had a little fight scene in one of them, which is called Evil's Altar. I write films. I got a writing partner, a couple, Peter McNeely and my friend Scott. He's with uh, Dynasty Media Television. Or it's Dynasty Media Portal. And Peter, he graduated from Southeastern Missouri State. Really awesome guy. He loves to write. He write books, films. You know, we did quite a few projects together, and some of them I still need to finish. But I have a lot going on with because I do music as well. So we put a lot.
Very cool.
So I got a little hands in on editing and trying to broadcast. I have a little TV app where I try to broadcast. It's all independent. We got created from scratch. You know, we don't have anybody really behind us. It's just like some, people who love the art and the craft of filmmaking and writing. Coming together and together projects. So, of course, music. Or what's your favorite music?
I listen to everything. I'm not really into like lyrics or anything. I'm more about like beats and just background noise. I'm never really focused on music. It's just there, hopefully it's upbeat when I'm working out and, I don't know. I'm not a big music person.
Oh, okay. Wow. I thought you might
My
say.
my mind's always going 1,000 miles an hour. So
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You're here at Bristol Says Podcast, so you always can feel comfortable here, um, because we're peaceful. We enjoy. Well, I enjoy, doing the interviews and just getting the opportunity to meet successful people and people working towards success, people who just thought about success, what they're visioning for the future. So I always like to talk to everybody. That's my idea of success is even if it's just being a mother or and raising a child, or just being a man who's just say, hey, I'm trying to reach my goal, or I can only do 20 push-ups. But my goal is to reach 100, and they reached that, and that was their success. And it's something that, they thought, they visioned, they wanted, and they went after to get it. I think that's what drives us, as people, is
right.
reaching our dreams and our goals and everything. So, but I know anything enlightening you would like to give the audience?
I would just say, I'm 48 now, and I crossed over into the bodybuilding world. I think that people should step it up as they get older instead of slowing down. I feel like I stepped it up even since fighting. I'm seems like I'm training more and more specific and lifting heavier than ever. And I feel like it's anti-aging. I feel like it keeps you from pulling muscles, and I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life now, even though the sport of MMA was very taxing. I feel like I'm in better shape now than I was even when I was fighting. So um I never use age as a crutch. I probably pushing harder than ever right now. So I would tell people to just gear up, don't let yourself slow down, don't get caught up in the age or the numbers, just keep it going.
And that's inspiring, and it's inspiring me because I think I'm gonna do push-ups tonight or some probably 15, but I started off slow. I mean, I can get back in the groove of things. This is motivational because I'm 47. So it's like, wow, he got me about 1 year. And so I don't have to give up yet. I can still keep my mind
Yeah.
young.
When
young.
you give up, that's when everything falls apart. When you give up, when you stop moving, just keep moving.
Okay, most definitely. And I hate to cut the podcast short because, but I know you have other things to do as well. And we had spoke briefly on that earlier. So I would like to invite you to actually we just do a full episode, a longer episode, because I don't want to hold your time for today. And I truly thank you for just taking out the time you had to jump in on the podcast with me. Tell Mr. Couture I said hi as well. I'm a big fan of his movies. I tell Michael J. White, hey, one day I want to be in one of y'all films. If I just say hi, cameo or something. But if
Absolutely.
not, and I'm gonna still always watch. I'm gonna still be a fan of the MMA and martial arts films. Always, and then action films. I can't wait to see you on the big screen. I know
Good.
I know you're gonna eventually be there. It's something major.
Working on a couple TV shows right now, so it's not the big screen, but a couple good TV shows coming out. So
Okay. Well, all of you film producers out there, this is Mrs. Kim Couture. And most definitely, I need to check her out. Get on that big screen so she can enlighten these people across the globe, right there and here near you or near me or whoever's watching. And we get ready to close our Business Says podcast. So sorry it's so brief, but later on, it's going to be a lot longer when the season's going to have the floor. And she's going to really give y'all so much information and enlighten you, and I'm going to be right here with her. So we surely appreciate you coming on. Any last words before we close out Bristol's podcast?
nope, just appreciate the time, and I wish everybody a good new year. Let's kick it off right. Everybody step it up and push yourself harder than you ever have. Right now the world needs the strongest version of you. So
Awesome. Thank you. And 2024, the new year. And thank y'all for tuning in.
that's right.
Until next time. Thank you for watching Bristol Says podcast. And we'll be back soon with this podcast again to continue forward. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. Have a great night.